You guys have to understand that the appearance of a psyop is going to tie into Vegas making record-breaking profits. Teams at such double-digit payouts like the Lakers and the Warriors are already out of the playoffs. Two of the highest bet teams to win the championship. The Celtics, the biggest bet on team, the biggest liability is out in the postseason. Now, the Timberwolves are 4-1 to win the title right now, but they not paying out. You know why? Because they're getting ready to pay out over the next two seasons. The reason why you see three top two seeds out of the playoffs, it is because Vegas is prepared to pay out the Lakers winning the championship. You have low payouts this year. You have people betting the Knicks and the Mr. New York and the fake Michael Jordan and Anthony Edwards. It's all psychological operations. It's all about Vegas making the biggest possible profit for this postseason before they inevitably have to pay out the Lakers at whatever odds it may be. 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. If it ends up being a crazy season, 13-1, what have you. This should be the range that one can expect the Lakers to be priced at next year. If Goalkeeper is injured at any point, of course, the odds are only going to be more favorable. And now what we have is basically the Goalkeeper Bond scoring king angle is going to line up with the Las Vegas factor. The Thunder are minus odds to win the championship. It means if you bet $1, you're not even going to win $1 off of the Thunder. But go chase the odds. Make back what you lost on the Wolves and the Knicks and the Pacers. That is a trap. That is a trap. This is a trap that Las Vegas is sure to exploit. Right, Kiana? Right? Right? Yeah, you're right. Right? Yeah. So, the appearance of Julius Randle and Thibodeau and DiVincenzo, the matchup may very well happen. But if it's Knicks and Timberwolves, then boom, the prices will be slashed for both teams. Because their odds inevitably are going to lower when you're not dealing with the Oklahoma City Thunder anymore. But let's go to the most bet teams to win the NBA championship. And before I get to that, Goalkeeper LeBron versus Scoring King on 2-7, February the 7th against the Thunder. And so it makes sense that the Thunder win the title for the Knicks to fall to 2-7, the finals, because it's going to line up with Goalkeeper LeBron becoming the Scoring King. The Knicks fought at 2-7. The Thunder win the championship, and Goalkeeper LeBron was the Scoring King on 2-7 against the Thunder. Once that event happens, that 2-7, the finals, then Goalkeeper LeBron is allowed to win his next championships. Because again, 7 different champions in the last 7 years. Luka, number 77, his next title 77 months later. The Lakers are a lock to win the title. I'm the GOAT when the Lakers win back-to-back championships. I'm the GOAT. Period, when Goalkeeper LeBron comes back. Only one person is sticking with the Goalkeeper LeBron prophecy. Is there an article? And so the Lakers lost because of money. They lost because of money. Too much money was bet on the Lakers. That's why they lost. Too many people after the trade kind of mirrors the Kevin Durant trade to the loser Phoenix Suns, and suddenly everyone thought the Suns were going to win. It kind of reminded me of the loser Phoenix Suns a little bit. Oh, Durant and Booker, they must be a lock to win the title. Lakers 13-1 to win the title. They've attracted most of the action, so it was basically money that it was money that cost the Lakers. It was money that cost the Lakers. Other sportsbook report similar metrics with FanDuel reporting whooping 27% of money back in to LeBron James in the Lakers. And now the Knicks are going to definitely fall to 2-7 the finals. If that is what is the case. Goalkeeper LeBron didn't show. Goalkeeper LeBron was told to lose because the NBA and Las Vegas worked together. The Satanic Elite were against goalkeeper LeBron James. In terms of liability, it's the Lakers and then everyone else, says ESPN bet director Adrian Wharton. They attracted interest in the first half of the season, but it was really after the second half. It was after the Luka trade that the interest just exploded. It exploded. Of course, you have Luka and you have goalkeeper LeBron. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a championship team right there. That obviously is a championship team. I wish that if this could, they're attracting interest over the first half of the season, kicked in high gear into the second half. They were rooting against the Lakers. The elite rigged it against goalkeeper LeBron James. The whole deck was stacked against goalkeeper LeBron James. Goalkeeper LeBron didn't show anything. We're just waiting for Las Vegas to make the biggest possible profit in an NBA playoffs before they inevitably must pay the Lakers. Celtics the favorites. DraftKings supporting more wages and handle backing the Celtics than anybody else. So this is what happened. This is what happened. The Celtics had the most bets. Lakers had the most bets. They're both out of the playoffs. As far as the Thunder goes, they're not the most bet team at every book. They're not among the most bet team. It is rather mixed across the marketplace. The Cavs were a top 3 team to capture the title by bet share at most sportsbooks at such huge odds. The Cleveland Cavaliers, knocked out of the playoffs, helped maximize the profits for Las Vegas. The Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets were obviously in the running. They were the 5th and 6th most bet teams, and both teams lost. Cavs lost, Celtics lost. It's basically the Thunder at such a low payout. The Thunder were not among the most bet teams as far as payouts goes. Nuggets had a high one. Warriors had a high one. Lakers had a high one. All these teams are out. Celtics are the most bet team. They lost. Las Vegas going to swoop in and not pay out anything. Now, this is a scenario that Las Vegas really loves. They don't have to pay anything out this playoffs before next year. I'm sure we will see a report of the profits from Las Vegas right after the eliminations of the Cavs and the Lakers and the Celtics. They're making a huge killing off of this postseason. But they're not going to pay anything out. It will be the Thunder in the New York Knicks. They're going to bet on Anthony Edwards. They're going to lose. Oh, it's New York, New York. It's been a while since they won. Yeah. They're the underdog against the Thunder. The Thunder won more recently than the New York Knicks. But the Thunder are too good with 68 wins. They are winning the championship. And nothing can stop the Thunder from winning the championship. I am not convinced of the Minnesota Timberwolves because I believe that quite simply it is rigged for Las Vegas to ensure that they're not paying anything out before the inevitable back-to-back for GOAT King LeBron James. They will not pay anything out, I am convinced, is the case. I think most people are going to bet on the Timberwolves over the Oklahoma City Thunder. They really have that guy hyped up because, he beat GOAT King LeBron and Stephen Curry, right? Oh, Thunder just squeaked by against the Denver Nuggets. Oh, Thunder, they're vulnerable. Oh, my God. They just beat the two most popular teams in basketball, the Lakers and the Warriors. Oh, Timberwolves are going to the final. And then when Timberwolves lose, you know it was a Las Vegas trap from the get-go. Because they will not pay anything out before GOAT King LeBron and company go on the championship. Why do you think the Timberwolves at championship exactas are priced 8-9 to 1? It is a hook and bait sucker trap. People like high payouts. The Timberwolves are a trap. They pretty much told you the NBA's rigged when the Warriors were 18 to 1. The best team in basketball record-wise, and they're only priced at 18 to 1, 15 to 1. That's a hook and bait trap on the Warriors. I bet you Lakers will be single digits next year when they lose the championship. I bet you. They'll be single digits. They will be single digits. And they'll have to be single digits if this is really the game that they're playing on the Masters. No one's going to bet on the Celtics to win the East next year. No one's going to bet on the Celtics. This is a perfect formula to have Jason Tatum come back Mamba style to guide the Celtics to the finals. We have a Mamba style comeback for Jason Tatum to win the East for the Celtics. What if the Celtics make a big trade at the deadline next year before Jason Tatum's return? Celtics are winning the East next year. Now, I am not convinced it'd be any other matchup but Lakers Celtics. I don't give a damn about the Celtics record during the first 40, 50, 55 games of the season. All I care about is how they do once Jason Tatum is back into the lineup and in the overall equation. It's a Las Vegas hook and bait trap. It is a Kevin Durant shaming ritual. The Thunder beat the Knicks in 5 games. They need Kevin Durant. You're not going to beat the West without some more firepower. The New York Knicks are going to need Kevin Durant. When you lose in 5 games against the Thunder, you can't win with your current group of guys. You have to get a guy who's going to take you over the line against a Western Conference foe like the Lakers and what have you that have a little bit more offensively than just Jalen Brunson. You're going to need a little bit more to win the championship. Cupcake can't have a cupcake ring on the Thunder. It doesn't work like that. He is a snake. He ain't coming back to Oklahoma City. They're a far better team without Kevin Durant. You can't have a 74 win team win the championship. Now, that's not how it works. And Knicks are nobody. So many games that way they win 50. You're going to need Kevin Durant to get the 60 wins to make yourself more formidable against the Western Conference. Perfect. If Kevin Durant goes to the New York Knicks, more money will be on the New York Knicks than the Boston Celtics to win the East next year. Hook and bait, hook and bait, hook and bait. This is what it is. This is what it is. I know it's trash. It's boring. It's predictable. The Thunder going to win the championship. The NBA doesn't want Indiana in there. The Thunder obviously going to win the championship. The Timberwolves are just a sucker hook and bait team. They're not paying anything out before King LeBron in the next 2 years. That makes it easy. This 68 win team. They're not going to lose the championship. There's no Celtics. There's no King LeBron. There's no Luka Doncic. There's no Cavaliers. The Thunder have already won the championship. It is so predictable. The Thunder are winning this championship. Kevin Durant is going to have to see the Thunder win the championship without him. Oh no, the New York Mets are winning the World Series. They're in for a joyride this November. The Mets are winning the championship in the first year that Donald Trump is in office. He was from Queens, New York. The New York Mets are winning the World Series after the Knicks lose the finals. Soto's going to win the very first year after leaving the Yankees. The Nats won the first year after Bryce Harper left. The Mets are winning the championship. The Mets are winning the World Series. They're going to win it 39 years later. Soto's Camacho 39. The Mets are getting the job done this year. The Mets are going to make another move for a starting pitcher at the trade deadline. The Mets are winning the championship.